very pretty.
Harry, shame on you. Imagine my own husband sneaking up on me like that.
Can't blame me. You look beautiful.
How do you like it?
Looks better than when I bought it.
Sometimes I think you love nylon better than you do me.
The two loves of my life.
Oh, you...
Why, thank you. Coming, dear. What is it, dear?
Please, Daddy, please.
All right, Janie.
Goody, goody.
This is really light. Anybody can carry it. Nylon's so strong, it doesn't take very much to reinforce it.
Goody, goody.
Even the kids can't wear out nylon webbing. Dries fast, too. And mildew doesn't weaken it.
Do it again, Daddy. Do it again.
Jimmy! Get down from that tree. You're a bad boy. I've told you at least a dozen times not to climb that tree.
Ah, don't worry, dear. These nylon pants can take it.
Yes, but Jimmy can't. Come on, Janie. It's time for you children to take your rest.
Oh, Mom, do I have to?
Come on, get going. Oh, Jimmy and Janie. They sure keep Helen busy. And I guess they wouldn't be natural kids if they didn't. You're probably wondering why I'm so enthusiastic about nylon. Well, the main reason, I guess, is because I work for the company that makes it. I'm a chemist. Of course, we only make the raw material, but I'm so interested in nylon that after we've sent the fibers out to the various textile manufacturers, I buy as many of the end products as I can, as soon as they're put on the market. The story behind nylon is a very interesting one. I can't tell you all of it, but come on down to the plant with me. Maybe you'll get an idea of the chemistry involved. When you come right down to it, the original discovery was a matter of molecules. Of course, no one has ever seen a molecule, but we know that they're Mother Nature's building blocks. With them, she creates delicious fruit, for example, and uses them to grow all kinds of grain for our sustenance. Elsewhere, she beautifies the land with tall trees of many kinds, providing lumber for many uses. And in her bounty, she grows the molecules that give us numerous minerals for our industry. We discovered nylon when we learned to combine molecules in a way nature has never done. We had to get certain molecules to do things they wouldn't usually do if left to themselves. We had to get them to join together in giant chains. To give you an idea of what happens, let's take adipic acid, a substance we use in our manufacturing. Each tiny drop of the acid contains millions of molecules. Let's imagine we can isolate just one molecule and pretend that it looks like this, with red hooks on each end. Then we'll take some diamond, another compound used in our process. To identify this substance, we'll picture each molecule with blue hooks. Now, if we take a mixture of adipic acid and diamond and add water, we would notice that all the red hooks and the blue hooks take an immediate interest in each other. They join up, form teams, you might say, and make nylon salt. The next step is to apply heat. Heat causes the many teams to join together into long-chain giant molecules. They perspire a little, lose water, and all the red and blue hooks become welded into a solid link. We believe the giant molecule is somewhat similar to the long-chain molecules produced by nature in wool. In a less magnified view, we now see how the giant molecules in a melted fluid mass are forced through a tiny spinneret hole to form a single filament. Up to this point, the molecules are arranged haphazardly, like straws in a haystack. Now the filament is subjected to stretching, done mechanically in our plant. And if you could see our friends, the molecules, during this process, you'd be surprised. As the yarn is stretched, they arrange themselves parallel to each other, and that's the way they stay, giving the fine filaments their unique combination of properties. A lot of time and money went into developing this first wholly man-made organic fiber, an engineered fiber, a versatile fiber. Today we make it in 3 forms. Staple for spun yarns is the most recent development. It's used to make such articles as sweaters and socks. The second form is continuous monofilament, a single solid strand of great strength. It is used for very sheer things. The third, continuous multifilaments, from which most hosiery is knitted. We weren't working with our new fiber very long when we discovered that it had an unusual and useful property. It could be heat set in a permanent size and shape. We developed special equipment on which this setting could be done. Of course, this operation is carried out by the textile manufacturer. You like them?
Oh, they're beautiful.
Here, let me show you something. What?
They keep their shape.
That's the whole idea. As a matter of fact, I'm almost certain we can set permanent washable pleats in nylon fabrics with the very same process.
That will be wonderful.
And let me show you something else, madam. Observe.
Watch out, Harry.
Don't be alarmed, madam. Just a sample of the strength and wearability of this hose.
If they're half as good as you claim they are, sir, I'm sure that every woman will want them.
Madam, I'm positive every woman will. And most every woman did. Super shears for formal wear and service weights for work wear received ready and enthusiastic acceptance all across the country. Women were quick to appreciate the convenience and time saving of easy washing and quick drying. Their sheer beauty was an asset to showgirls of stage and screen. Stockings of nylon glamorized the legs of a whole nation's women. And then, well, I'm sure you must remember. I know I do. Along with the rest of us, nylon went to war. War is a cruel laboratory. The tests are merciless. No excuses are accepted. A huge bomber was only as safe as its tires. Tires would have to resist the terrific impact of 50 tons hitting the runway. Nylon's strength and lightweight gave it low bulk and packability and made it a welcome companion as the air fighters parachute. In the Arctic, our friends the long-chain molecules refused to stiffen, even in extreme cold. In tents, clothing, sleeping bags, and other equipment, they took the sub-zero gaff with our soldiers and fought with them in the heat and mold and damp of the jungle. Mildew gathered on nylon equipment, all right, on nets and cords, but that's all it could do, just gather there. It couldn't weaken the fabric. I know. I spent 2 years there, the jungle. It could have been much worse without the fine equipment we had. You know how it is. Soldiers dream about home all the time. I hadn't even seen Janie then. It seemed as if I'd never be back with my family and my work in the laboratory. But the time came at last, and I was back on the job again. And there was plenty of work for nylon to do. The war had demonstrated its versatility and proven its unusual combination of properties. Now we'd be sending our fibers out to the mills, where the skill and experience of the textile manufacturers would enable them to build nylon's advantages into hundreds of practical articles. Of course, in certain uses, one quality may be more prized than another.
Well, they're tucked away in bed for another day.
Come on, sit down, dear. Tell me all about the fashion show.
The part you'd be most interested in was the nylon. And it really put the show over.
Naturally.
I've never seen a fashion show stage the way they did this one.
How do you mean?
It was different. It was kind of stylized. And nylon was the star. They pretended we were in a department store where a man displayed these beautiful fabrics. Even the walls and columns were draped with them. We saw samples of the fibers they used to make the fabrics. Threads of filament. And soft, fluffy staple. Then we were invited to a fantasy of the seasons, to see the latest nylon styles for the whole year round. The kiddies went on an Easter egg hunt. all dressed up in their spring finery. While the mothers showed off their new dresses and bonnets. Autumn wind and a fiber shower made a rain effect. A gloomy nylon cloud ushered in the winter.